Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is friction, we have started with this chapter and we have understood that what is friction. Basically, if we talk about the friction is what? It is a force which is acting between the two objects which is kept close to each other. So when the two objects kept close to each other are made to move, sorry, over one another, move over one another, then yes, a kind of a force which is an opposing force starts acting on it, and that opposing force is called as the frictional force. Now, frictional force also depends upon some of the factors. There are factors which affect that of the friction. First one is the degree of contact. How much it is in contact with each other, with that of the object, it really matters, which we also call as degree of contact or area of contact. And the second thing is the nature of surface. See, why the frictional force occur? So why the frictional force occur? Basically, this frictional force occurs since the friction because see, if an object is kept over an another object, there are irregularities will be there, and when we are made to move that particular object over that of the another, then it will get easily trapped into the another surface because of the irregularities. Now, if more will be the irregularities, more will be the chances of a connection between them. So we can say here that the force of friction basically act when there is a lot of irregularities will be there in that of the two surface which is kept in a contact with each other. So obviously when you try to make an object to be press on that of the another object, it will get firmly attached with the other object, and yes, the more will the rough surface, it means more will be the irregularities, against the force of friction will be more. So basically the factors on which the force of friction depends on, it is the nature of the surface, which whether it is a rough surface or whether it is a smooth surface, and second one is the irregularities which is present in it. More will be the irregularities, more will be the chances of the friction, more will be the friction will be there. Now see here. Now see here, this is the surface irregularity, students. So obviously, if an object which you can see here, it is moving over that of the other. So because of these grooves and ridges are there, it is quite difficult for this object to move easily on this surface. Now let us see here friction. Now, we have understood here one thing, that friction is basically caused by the interlocking of irregularities. The kind of irregularities present in the two surface that will causes the interlocking, and ultimately that will makes the object to that will going to oppose the force which is acting on that particular object. Okay, so a force of friction, obviously it will going to increases if we going to press harder an object. So when we press hard an object, actually we are increasing the area of contact between that particular object to that of the surface, and due to increase in the area or increase in the degree of contact, that will going to increases the force of friction also. Okay, so yes, it is because now see here, if suppose you have kept a heavy box and you had kept a light box, so heavy box is what we have to supply more amount of a force in order to move that of the heavy box, while in case of a light box it is quite difficult to move that of the light box. The reason is, in case of a heavy box, uh, it is what it the area of, because it is heavy, so ultimately the force acting on that object to the two surface will be more, and the area of contact will be more, the degree will be more, and ultimately the force of friction will also acting between the two will also be more. So we have to apply a more amount of a force to it in order to move it, in order to uh, make it in a dynamic condition. Now so this is a force of friction. To overcome the force of friction, we have to we require a more amount of a force. Now, see, it also varies. If we talk about the force of friction, student, actually, the friction is divided into two types. One is the static friction, another one is the dynamic friction. Static friction is that friction in which the object is at rest. A force which is acting on an object which make it to remain at its rest position, such kind of a force is called as a static friction or static frictional force on it, right? So if an object is at rest, we have to supply more amount of a force, or we have to supply a force in order to make it move. So actually we are overcoming with the force of a friction which is acting between the object which is at rest and to that of the ground. Okay, that is the force of the friction here. Okay, now the friction, a second type of a friction, it is what? It is dynamic friction. Dynamic friction is what? Which is acting between the two object which is moving. Okay, so movement can be of two types. One is the sliding friction, another one is the rolling friction. Sliding friction is what? A friction which is acting between the two objects in which one of the friction is sliding over the another. So there the friction is acting on that ground to that of the object, that is a sliding friction. Second is the rolling friction. If a ball is rolling, or if anything, a pencil, a pen, that is rolling on the surface, so that kind of a friction acting on an object, acting on that rolling object is called as rolling friction. Now friction, a necessary evil. Recall now some of your experiences. Is it easier to hold a cooler or a glass tumbler? Suppose the outer surface of the glass tumbler is greasy or has a film of a cooking oil. Would it be easier to or difficult to hold it? Just think. Would it be possible to hold the glass at all if there is no friction? So see here it is written that which one is easy to handle or to easy to hold, a kulhar, which is an earthen pot, or a glass tumbler. Or suppose if on the surface of the glass tumbler there is a film of or there is a layer of a cooking oil on it. So is it easier for us to hold it, or is it quite difficult for us? Obviously, if a cooking oil is there, so it is quite difficult for us to hold it because that will going to slip. Okay, the friction will obviously become very less there. So friction is, by this what we have understood. We have understood that friction make us to hold anything. It is because of the friction only it is easy for us to hold a earthen pot rather than that of a glass tumbler, or even if we are holding a glass tumbler it will be quite difficult for us to if it is having a layer of a cooking oil. Recall also how difficult it is to move a wet muddy track or a wet marble floor. Can you imagine being able to walk at all if there is no friction? So just think that yes, it is very difficult, student, if a path is what it is covered with a wet mud or with that of the wet marble floor. So obviously such kind of a floor is what? It's quite slippery. And why is it so? It is because it is having an another layer on that of the ground, which make the surface what? Less, which decreases the friction. And if the friction will be not there, or it will be less, there will be more chances to slip. So, by this, we also came to a conclusion that a force of friction is also really important for walking. So, it is important to hold anything, and it is also important to, it is quite important for the to walk on it. Okay. Now, see here. You could not write with pen or pencil if there is no friction. When a teacher is drawing with chalk on the blackboard, its rough surface rub off some chalk particle which stick to the blackboard. Could it happen if there were no friction between the chalk and the board? So see here, why a teacher is able to write anything on the blackboard. So she used to take a chalk and start writing on the blackboard. And what will happen, due to friction only, some of them will going to stick on the surface. Now see here, when you used to write anything, you used to press it. So due to which the friction increases, and ultimately because of this force, there is a we can say there is a some of the chalk particle get a stick on that of the board surface. Okay, so we can say here that the surface, the chalk get a stick over it, and this is how with the help of the chalk a teacher is able to write anything. Similarly, we can say that how we are able to write anything on the copy. So we are able to write anything in the copy as it when we used to press it, some of the print or some of the pencil particles, the lid particles will going to stick to the surface of the paper. So this is how we are able to write. So we have understood it from here. First one, without friction we are not able to hold anything. Second one, without friction we are not able to walk. Then the third one, that without friction we are not able to write anything on the paper or on the blackboard. So if an object starts moving, it would never stop if there were no friction. Had there been no friction between the tire of the automobile and the road, they could not be started or stopped or tuned to change direction of motion. You could not fix a nail with the wall in the wall or tie a knot. Without friction, no building can be constructed. So see here, all these things which is present around us, it is because of the friction only. Now, the friction can occur even with that of the tires or that of the automobile on the road. And because of that only, sometimes you have seen that the tire used to get burst or used to, because of excess heat, uh, uh, it catches fire also. So the force of friction will be there more. That's why. Now there been no friction between there is a friction between that of the tire and automobile and even with the road, and they should not be started, or even it will be quite difficult to apply brake if there will be no friction. Not only this, for a very small things like we used to fix a nail in the wall. So for fixing the nail in the wall also we need friction. Even for tying a knot. So for tying a knot also we need friction. Okay, so without friction, building it cannot be constructed. Yes, everything, the iron rod, the iron nail, everything they are attached with each other due to friction. So without friction, there will be no building, there will be no construction also. So this is that how it is a necessary for everyone, how it is good for everyone. Friction, how it is good for everyone. Second one, that how it is an evil for us. So on the other hand, Friction is an evil. It wears out the material, whether they are screw, ball bearing, or sole of shoes. You must have seen worn out steps or foot over bridges at railway stations. So, friction is an evil, and it wear out the material. Basically, like screw is there, ball bearing is there, sole of shoes are there. So, they all are what? They all are being caused, or they all suffer because of force of friction. So, even the worn out shoes, it is made over bridges at railway station. So, how does it occur? It occur because of the force of friction only. Friction can also produces heat. Yes, a very easy example. You can rub your hand together, you can rub your palm together for few minutes. And after that, you will touch the same palm at your cheeks. What will you observe? You will observe that the all the different parts we will understand that when the two hands are rubbed over one another, it will going to produce the heat, and that heat can be felt easily. So friction, it can produce heat by vigorously rubbing that of the palm together. Now, not only this, there are a lot of different examples with the help of which we can prove that friction is what it is. It produces heat. Like, how do you feel when you strike a matchstick against a rough surface? So, whenever we used to make a make a smooth surface as a rough surface by rubbing the palm together for a few minutes, such is what it is not a, first of all, it is not a reliable, and the second one, that is such kind of a friction is what such kind of a friction, it help us in telling that the friction is produced due to the heat. Okay, so friction is what it is important as it provide a lot of things. Now it is an evil. Why it is evil? So first thing, that it will produces heat, and which we can understand by practicing or by rubbing the two palm together. We will understood that the hand is what it is. It is hot. It means it can catch fire also. Now you might have observed that the jar of a mixer become hot, and when it is rubbed for few minutes, you can cite various other examples in which friction produces heat. In fact, when machine is operated, heat generated causes machine wastage of energy. We shall discuss the wastage of and minimizing friction in the following section. So here in this section, we will going to study about the two things, students, and that is increasing and reducing friction. How friction is good for us, how friction is not good for us, that we will going to study in it. Now you see here, as we have seen in the previous section, friction is desirable in some situation. Have you ever thought why the sole of a shoes is grooved? It is done to provide the shoes better grip on the floor so that you can move slowly. Similarly, the trace tire of the cars, of the trucks, bulldozers, cycle, these are the group with that of the ground. Right? Now let us see what kind of a question it is. It is still there. So we deliberately think friction by using brake pads used in the brake system of bicycle and automobiles. And when you start riding, the paddle brake do not touch the wheels. But when you have pressed the brake level, your pads, these pads comes to rest. Okay, the motion of the rim due to friction. The motion of the wheel stops kabaddi. The wheel stops moving, and you might have seen that the kabaddi player rub their hand with the soil for a better grip. So there are a lot of examples are there, student. First of all, when we apply brake, the second one, that is the rim, due to friction only we are able to make a rim over that of a moving body. Second thing, you have seen that the kabaddi players, while playing kabaddi, they used to rub their hand. Gymnasts, they apply a coarse substance in their hand in order to increase the friction for the better grip. So these all are what, student? These all are the some of the method by which we can increase the friction. Okay.